evening, Saturday evening. How are you?
Now, I know we don't normally do videos on Saturdays, but if you're not familiar with Facebook, which we're on Facebook, you get this memory option where you get to read all your posts from the last,
as many years as you've been on Facebook.
I think the camera's trying to focus in on me.
I don't know.
Oh, well, whatever. There's a little white box, but I don't care. Anyway, you get to see what posts you made on the same day of previous years. Like, today's March 9th, so
Yep.
March 9th of 2017, March 9th of 2018, March 9th of 2001. Any year that you had an entry on that day. And I was reading my memories today, and I remembered how what we're going to talk about is stigma. Big word, big word in this community, stigma. Especially if you're on disability. And we're both on disability because I've got schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, which is double diagnosis of schizophrenia and bipolar 1. And he's got bipolar 1 with psychotic features. We have hallucinations, we hear voices, I have degenerative arthritis and cerebral palsy. He's got degenerative arthritis. He's mobility challenged because of his size. And so, we would both love to work because honestly, the first thought no, don't erase that, honey. I need that. Don't erase that. I got a visual aid for you in a minute. What was I saying?
First thing, something about probably going back to work.
Yeah. Oh, no. I remember what I was going to say. Nothing will make you feel more useless and humbled and horrible than having to accept the fact that you have to live off of disability and you can no longer work. Now, I know there are people out there who are disability frauds who con the system, and unfortunately, all they do is encourage all this stigma, Onyx, behave, behind mental illness and disability and all of that.
And it's actually people like... She doesn't listen.
No, I know she doesn't listen.
And it's people like that make it take 2 to 5 years to get a hearing for disability.
Yeah, I fought with disability for 4.5 years before I
Same here.
Or 4 years for me, 4.5 for you.
Yeah, 4.5 years for me, 3 hearings.
It's not an easy process. Because mainly of the con artists. And, the people who fake stuff to get a free ride or whatever. But we're also going to be mentioning how it's not a free ride. And I will be mentioning that in a few minutes. But first of all, I want to bring up this memory on my phone. Memories on this day. And I'm going to read to you the original post as soon as I find it. And then I will read you exactly what my attacker said. Because I was attacked on Facebook several years ago when I was talking about disability and Medicare and Medicaid and, trying to get by. And, okay, so... Almost there. Okay, so this was posted on my Facebook on March 9th, 2011, which was very shortly after me and my ex-husband got a divorce. It was about 2 months later, after the divorce. And I was living with my parents at the time. So the state of Illinois has decided that it's no longer going to pay for my Medicare. My Medicare, that's what pays for my psychiatrist. I still have Medicare, but they're taking it out of my disability each month, and I can't afford that. I'm totally going to appeal this. Now, I had several supporters, too, in this entry, and I'll read some of those as well, but I want to read the attack first. By a guy who I thought was my friend. We were friends for 15 years, I think, before this happened. So here we go. Anyway, his first response was, "Hey, how about this? Go get a job. Don't complain about your disability. Go do something about it instead of sitting at home feeling sorry for yourself and bitching about how we aren't paying enough for you to leech off of the freaking taxpayers. I said, hey Joel, here's an idea. Spout off bullshit when you know all the facts. When was the last time you had a hallucination of someone standing over your bed with a butcher knife? Or when was the last time that you had so many voices going on in your head that you can barely concentrate on the real person talking to you? When was the last time you went out in public but immediately had to return to your car because the crowd took over your escape route? That would be my agoraphobia that does that. Where was I? When was the last time someone in your head told you that if you don't hurt yourself, they will hurt someone you love? When was the last time you had to swallow 6 pills every morning and 12 pills at night just so you can semi-function in reality? And when was the last time you had to visit a psychiatrist 3 or 4 times a month? When was the last time you spent 2 weeks in an inpatient mental ward after your husband had to wrestle you to the ground to get a knife that you planned on slitting your wrists or stabbing your chest with? I go through this bullshit every day. I have tried working. I've worked several jobs, but always end up me quitting because of paranoia telling me that I'm going to get fired. Or me getting fired for having to call in sick so often, but unable to tell my boss why. Because sure, you can call in when you have a cold or a flu, but if you try to call in because you're depressed to get out of bed because you're sore, you gotta, get over it and get in here. So when you walk a day in my shoes, then you can piss and moan at me about leeching off of you guys because it's either that or wander around homeless. Fuck you, Joel. I'm unfriending you now. Here's his response. Welcome to the real world. It isn't all about you. I never said that. It is about us hardworking Americans paying for you to bitch about not getting enough money. So go sit in your basement and have a fucking pity party. The only goddamn friends that care about your problems are the ones in your head. And I said, whatever you say, Joel. And then he responded, life must be so rough for you. Poor, poor baby. Go call your fucking therapist. Don't worry, it doesn't cost you a damn dime. Actually, it does. What Joel did not realize is that when you apply and get approved for disability, they base how much you get off of your work history.
Yep.
They don't base it off of anybody else. That's why I only get $900 a month and he gets $976 a month because he worked more than I did. So he has more credit. And I get $900 a month because I worked what I worked. Which wasn't as much as him, but it was still a lot. This is funny. I love
There's
this
actually a minimum you can get.
Yeah, there is a minimum.
It's like $750 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But, my ex-husband, need to remind you, this post was 2 months after me and my husband got final divorced. Well, Kat dealt with this herself, but wow, I'm no longer the biggest asshole to ever post on a status of hers. By the way, each person in Illinois pays 0.000601 cent per year for Kat. If you raise this much, about 6 millionths of 1 cent, I'd hate to see what you're like to someone who gets a whole penny a year from you. Another friend came up and supported me. Kat, I hope you don't let this asshole get to you. I'm not sure what shithole he climbed out of, but your situation is yours. No one knows it better than you do, and he has no right to sit on Mount Taxpayer and judge you.
Mount Taxpayer.
Yeah, and I got a lot of comments like that after he posted, that about the only friends of mine that give a crap about me are all in my head. So apparently all the voices in my head have Facebook accounts with their own unique names, and they're leaving messages on my thing saying how much they care about me. I don't think that's how it works, Joel. I think these are real people.
No names.
Oh, I didn't give out his last name.
That's true.
And what do I care? He lives far away now. I don't give a crap. His real name is Joel. I won't give out his last name. Anyway, so there's a few things I wanted to show you people. anybody who has harassed somebody for being on disability, I don't think I have anybody watching this video that does that. I think I have pretty good viewer fan base going on, and that's really cool. But I'm going to show you some stuff anyway. I'll show you some finances. I made my little handy dandy board here. All right. I get $900 a month. David gets $976. So together we get $1,876 a month. Our rent is $625. Our electric bill is usually about $150.
Except for in the winter where
we do get assistance in the winter. But otherwise our electric bill is about $150. Our phone bill is $15. We can't afford 2 phones. Our internet is $70, and I know a lot of you are going to say, well, that's a luxury, that's not a necessity, and really, in this day and age, in this country, it is a necessity.
Parts of the country have deemed the internet to be a necessity.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't live in one of those areas right now.
If you have a kid, it's a necessity for school.
Yeah, and we don't have any kids, thank God. Nothing against kids, I'd just be a horrible parent.
Yeah.
And you notice that cable TV is not on this list. Satellite TV is not on this list. We don't have any TV. We watch YouTube, and that's about it. Anyway, internet is about $70 a month. Our meds run about $80 a month. And we spend about $50 a month on our cat, who is an emotional service animal. That $50 pays for cat food, soft cat food treats, and cat litter. So altogether, our monthly expenses come up to about $990. Now, if you take that away from the $1,876 that we make, that leaves us with $886 left. Now, that may sound like a lot, but what it covers, when I go over everything that it covers, you'll see why. It covers all of our food for the month. We do get some help from food stamps, but not much. But so it covers our food. It covers gas money when my mom drives us anywhere, because we can't afford a car, and even if we could, neither one of us have a driver's license. So my mom takes me to my appointments. She does my errand running with me. She takes me to grocery shopping. My mom is my rock. She's my savior. I don't know what I would ever do without her. But anyway, so I give her gas money. Over-the-counter medicines need to be paid for. Hygiene products such as shampoo, soap, women's products for our monthly friend, all that stuff. Household cleaners like dish soap, laundry soap, paper towels, spray cleaner, you name it. We have to do that. We would like to keep our apartment clean. Medical bills that haven't been covered, and things like that.
Because yes, even though we have Medicare, and we have partial Medicaid, as I have begun to call it, because truly it's not Medicaid, it's like partial bullcrap.
Yeah, it doesn't pay much in Iowa. Right now, my Medicaid only covers my Medicare premium. In Illinois, I didn't.
And your copay.
Oh, and my copay, yeah. Back in Illinois, it didn't cover that. I don't know what it covered in Illinois. Oh.
Did you even have it in Illinois?
Supposedly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Anyway, so that leaves us with the $886, and, we pay for all that stuff, and then usually we might have $50 or $60 left over to do something fun with. That's not enough to put up a savings. Our credit is shot because of medical bills that we couldn't afford to pay. Things like that. And we did some math, and right now, minimum wage in the United States is $7.25 an hour. Now, we took math here. I get $900 a month. A full-time job, I would work approximately 160 hours a month. If I were to divide the $900 I get times the 160 hours that I worked, I would be getting paid $5.62 an hour at whatever job that made me $900 a month.
That was close to minimum wage in 2000.
Yeah, it's not close to minimum wage now. Now, David would get a little bit more. He has $976 for a month. times 100 or divided by 160 hours gives him about $6.10. Who can live off of that? If one reason we can afford this all is because we live together.
Yep.
If either one of us ever wanted to live alone, we'd have to go to an assisted living facility for mentally ill, or we'd have to go to Section 8, which has a waiting list of several years before you even hear from them.
Yep. Actually, most states don't even have Section 8 opened anymore.
Yeah, it's just insane. So, like, if he were to die, I would have to go live with my mother. I mean, nothing against living with my mother, but I wouldn't be able to afford this apartment on my own. Or if I died, he wouldn't be able to afford the apartment on his own. If either of us died, we'd have to give up Onyx because my mom has 2 cats already in her apartment, which is right down the hall from ours.
Let's just put it this way.
Yeah.
At $9.76 a month, there is nowhere I know of I can afford an apartment on my own.
Nowhere.
Because minimum for any apartment, even a studio apartment, is probably about $500 to $600 a month.
If you can find a studio apartment available.
Yeah, amen to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, to those that think that, oh, you have so much free time, you can do whatever you want.
No, you can't.
You can't.
Because things cost money, and we very, very, very rarely have extra money to spend.
Yeah, we never have money at the end of the month.
Like, and there's things that we need that we can't get because of this. I need dentures. We both need new glasses.
Medicare does not cover glasses, does not cover any of that kind of stuff.
Nope. No.
Oh, funny story about our Medicaid.
Oh?
My doctor wanted me to have a visiting nurse come out. Home health nurse come out like once or twice a week just to help me and make sure everything is okay.
Yeah, to help with assisting on daily activities that are beyond my ability to help.
Medicare will not cover it no matter what.
Nope, they won't touch it.
And in the state of Iowa, the type of Medicaid we have is so uniquely stupid that they won't cover it either.
Nope. And since we have... Oh, and he needs to see a doctor in a city about 45 minutes away from here, and nobody's willing to take him because he needs to get looked into for hernia surgery and for a gastric bypass, and the closest place that has a surgeon that'll do gastric bypass is in a different city about 45 minutes away from here. It would be several appointments, including some classes and some therapy.
It'd be a lot more than several appointments.
Well, either way, it'd be a lot. It would be a lot, and so we can't really find anybody willing to take us there. So that's another thing that we can't do because of how little we make. So anybody who thinks that living off of disability is a free ride and you get to coast and do whatever you want, it's not like that. It is tight. We have no money at the end of the month. No money. If we spend our enjoyment money, which is usually enough to get like a pizza, or order pizza delivery once or twice, or get some candy at the store, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if we wanted to put up a savings, we'd basically have no money at all to do anything. We would just be screwed.
Yeah.
So living on disability is not a free ride. No. And we're not leeching off the taxpayers' money. Our disability was based off of what we had already earned working. That's what they base it off of. They don't base it off of everybody else's tax money. So, anyway, I just wanted to make that video to demonstrate to all of you what happens when the stigmas get really out of hand and complete friends or people who were supposedly your friend just turn around and completely attack you and rip you to shreds and make you feel worse than you already feel, like I said at the beginning of the video.
Oh, I've had... sorry.
Like I said at the beginning of the video, nothing makes you feel worthless and humble like having to accept the fact that you have to be on disability.
I've had family attack me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you couch surf between 3 different family members in 3 months.
This was before he was finally approved for disability.
Yeah. Basically, when I'll go into that story when I do my private video.
Yeah, we'll do that some other time.
Yeah, that's a long story.
Yeah, and this has been a long video, so we are going to upload this, and hopefully we will see you Monday. And yeah, if you have any arguments against us right now that you would like to pose in the comments below for our entertainment, go right ahead.
We'll make sure to have fun with you.
We'll have fun. Yeah, we'll have a good time. It'll be great. It'll be great. But if you agree with us or you have had your own experiences with it that you would like to share, put those in the comments below too. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will catch you guys on Monday.
See ya!
Bye!